Yo, welcome back. This is Stu42 with another rainy Minecraft day. Episode 2 of Season 6, which is the new Resurrection pack. Today I really want to get started making some GregTech stuff. So, after the last episode where I just briefly went over how we get started with this and some texture packs and stuff, well, a texture pack, I've had some wood farm going for a while. I've even found a couple of rubber saplings because I know I'll need that later. So they are planted, and these ones are trimmed back just so that we can see the tap spot there to get the rubber out. I've got a little pen up here. I've just managed to find a couple of cows, and as you can see, I've got one little offspring there. So the next thing I really want to do is we really need to start getting iron and ingots and stuff. Get out of the way, sheep. Get out of the way. Okay, so what I've done is I've got 3 smooth stone, and I was lucky enough, see, I found a bunch of things here. I've got some barrels set up for the things I've got more of. Managed to get some clay, which we'll need later as well. Even found a chest that had a couple of special things in it. Steadfast drone, division sigil, all very handy things to have. So what we really want to do is be able to get some ore doubling happening at the very least. And I tend to not smelt anything. I found these ones in chests, but I tend to not smelt anything until I've found some Certus quartz. And the reason I do that is at the start of the game, it is very, very easy to set yourself up with a grindstone. So we need a wood gear. Where is it? There we go, grindstone. So we need the wood gear there, 3 of those, smooth stone, and 2 normal stone down the bottom. And that gives us our grindstone. I know that there's potentially other ways of doing this. I need some more sticks as well. There's potentially other ways of doing this. Using RF, I think you can get the pulverizer pretty early on. Where is it? Pulverizer, universal pulverizer. Wow, that takes EU. That's a crazy thing to build. Alright, so this one here you can build Electrum. Yeah, Electrum and Invar might be a bit hard to come by at the start of the game. Yes, because you need an induction smelter. So thank you, GregTech, for making everything ridiculously hard. But that's kind of what we wanted. So we need a handle, which is just some sticks like that. Throw the handle on the top, and then we can get to grinding some of our stuff. Now I've also found some stibnite and tetrahedrite, and those are very important things to find for later on. You'll see that in a bit. And the next thing I want to do is basically start crushing up some of all these ores that I've found. So we're going to need some iron, we're going to need a ton of copper, so we might do some copper first, and we're definitely going to need some tin, so let's get some tin. Now if I just hover over these and push U on my keyboard, the grindstone will give me just plain old copper dust, which is cool, but you get a chance of an extra one, so then we can get some copper ingots. We don't really want to smelt them into ingots yet, because the first thing we need is bronze. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to work grinding up all of these, because it takes a long time to do grinding by this. Yes, I haven't even got one yet. So I'll cut here. I'll be back once I've ground up some dust, and we'll see what we need to make for the first sort of GregTech things to start getting started on our journey with the technology, basically. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I am back, and I have been kicking and cranking this handle for quite some time now. As you can see, I have made quite a bit of iron as well, so got just over a stack there. Got, what have we got here? Just over 2 stacks worth of copper dust and 48 tin dust. I've also smelted a bit of tin and some copper, as well as a whole stack of clay, because we're going to need some bricks at some point as well. So the first thing we've got to do with GregTech is if you type steam in down here, you'll get all the steam related things, but it's these bronze colored ones we're after. So to begin with, I'm just going to start with the small coal boiler. Later on we will need to build this up to probably one of the railcraft boilers, but for now, small coal boiler is going to do the trick for us. And then we're going to put in, I don't know, probably a forge hammer and maybe a compressor or alloy smelter. Now, the reason we want the compressor is because we actually want a macerator. Now, if we look at the recipe for a macerator, though, we need diamonds or industrial diamonds. Now, I don't know how you guys are going with Resurrection, but I find diamonds incredibly hard to come by. So what you can do is you make a compressor and then compress the coal into industrial diamonds. But I might do that next episode, actually. So alloy smelter looks like a pretty good place to start, as does the coal boiler. Now, steam. One of the things we need to get steam is water. So thankfully I have water right nearby. So what I might do is I might run a little pipe out. Let's go right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pipe some water in from here, and then that will come into, I don't know, I might actually, so what we're going to need to do is an aqueous accumulator. I think I'm going to use for that. So let's look for aqueous. Where are we? I can't spell aqueous. There we go. So we need one of those, which means we need a bunch of stuff. Now, the thing that's going to be interesting straight away is we're going to need some redstone, and redstone is a little bit tricky to start with. You sometimes get impure piles of redstone dust, you sometimes get crushed redstone ore, but more often than not, you just get plain old redstone ore. So one of the things that we're going to have to do is, let's just grab some sticks. One of the things we're going to do is have to make our tools. So with GregTech, we're going to need to make one of these, first off, a hammer. And then if we put the hammer there and put some iron around it like this, we get our wrench. So we're going to need a wrench and a hammer straight away. The hammer we're going to use to get some plates. So what we can also do, I'm pretty sure you can hammer... No, you can't hammer the ore. Can you hammer the crushed redstone ore? Yeah, so you can hammer the crushed redstone ore and get some more impure piles, which is good. And then what we're going to need to do is just build ourselves a cauldron, which thankfully is still just with ore. We're going to need a bucket. So what I might do is just throw this... Where am I going to throw this down? I might just throw it there for now. Let's just quickly go and fill it with some water. So if we put these impure dusts in there, it uses a little bit of water and we get redstone back out, which is what we're going to need to make some pistons to begin with. We'll use those a little bit later. First of all, though, we're going to need a ton of bronze. And the reason I haven't smelted a lot of this dust is that if we put dust in here, we actually get a lot more bronze dust out. So I'm actually going to go ahead and get a full stack of that if I can, and then this is going to sit here and smelt away. I crushed up some gold as well. So while that's smelting away, we're going to need a few things. So we're going to need, what is it? A couple of pistons. Make sure we don't use all our dust up. Actually, we might just use one piston for now because I don't want to use all that redstone up if I can avoid it. The thing we're going to want to really make is... actually, we had it on the screen right there, the aqueous accumulator. So, machine frames, so we need tin gear, a bunch of iron. So, copper... Here's our tin gear. We're going to need 2 copper gears as well, which I think is just like that. Yes. I'm running out of space. So, copper gear, the pneumatic servo. I've made some glass as well, so we can put that there. Actually, I think I might have that around the wrong way. Oh, that didn't click very well. Yes, I do have that around the wrong way. There's our pneumatic servo. So we need a servo, glass, the machine frame. So that goes in the middle. Racing through this here, you know I don't really like showing everyone how to make every last little piece of thing that you need. So I tend to race through making stuff. Glass there, I believe. Yep, so there is our aqueous accumulator. Handy, handy, handy. So what I want to do with this is I actually want to probably put it there. And then what I might do is I will just, for neatness, actually I want to put it at the back. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to run pipes underneath to where we're going to put our boiler. Now, this is where things get interesting because we're going to need some piping. So I'm keeping with the GregTech theme. If I just look for pipe, there's a whole bunch you've got here. Now for water, doesn't really matter. Wooden fluid pipe is probably going to do the trick. 1200 liters per second, more than enough. So we're going to need a hammer, a soft hammer, and a universal spade. No, twice too much. The saw. The saw is going to be pretty good to make. So we need a saw blade, which again is made from a file. We're going to need a lot of stuff. So the file is going to be a couple of plates and a stick. So this is where it starts getting interesting. We need a hammer. And this is going to cost a bit in ore because we're going to need to. Oh, sorry, that was a stick that I needed. Making all of these tools is going to be painful. So what was it that we needed again? We needed not the universal spade. Let's just look it up, shall we? Saw. That one there, saw. So a stick and a blade, and the blade is made with a chisel, a hammer, and another 2 plates. So as you can see, it's not till much later on I found that you can actually get a better ratio of ore to plates. So there we go. There's our blade. We have 1 stick, and then we have our saw, which is cool. And then the soft hammer. So we just type in soft. Soft hammer is made with wooden sticks. That will do nicely. So that gives us our soft hammer. And then if we put the soft hammer there, where is it? Our saw there. And we get 200 liters per second. If we put that round the other way, we get the bigger one, which is 1200 liters per second, but we only get 1 of them. Wood's really cheap though, so you know what? I am just going to make 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't remember how many I need. Let's get 6 of them and see if that's enough. Oh, that didn't go in the right spot. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. That'll do. Now that should be full of water now. We can then go to work on building our... I have got altogether too much stuff in my inventory. What can I dump? Let's throw a bunch of these back. I'm not mining at the moment. There we go. Should be enough space. So what do I need? I needed some of my bronze. So this is where it's going to start costing us in bronze quite heavily. We are going to need a ton of bronze plates. So I'm just going to get as many as I can there. We're going to need to go back to looking up steam to get our small coal boiler. Furnace, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plates and 2 sets of bricks. So here is our 2 sets of bricks. We happen to have enough of this for our furnace. So let's get the furnace. 2 sets of bricks. And there is our small coal boiler. The first thing we're going to need for the Bronze Age in GregTech. Let's put it, I don't know, there. Sure. Now, by default, I think the steam comes out the back. So what we're going to need to do for steam, though, is we're going to need a different sort of pipe. And this, I've just realized I'm going to have to do something a bit tricky here. So, correct tool, axe. So I happen to have an axe. Let's... Now it's going to join up funny if I put it under there, so what I'm going to have to actually do is join it up to the side like this, because I want to go down here. So what I was trying to avoid there is I'm trying to avoid the water inflow hooking up with the steam outflow. So because I want the steam to go out and down and along, well, I want it to sort of go along here really. You know what? Actually, I want it to go this way because I want to build this up. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so we want some steam to come along. We'll go along with the original plan along here. Steam is a little bit hotter though, so we're going to need something a bit better in terms of being able to handle the heat. So see the heat limit 2000K, that's good. 350K, I'm not sure if that is doable for steam. It seems like it might be, but I don't really want to take the chance. Copper pipe versus bronze pipe. Bronze pipe goes a lot faster for what you get. So again, we're going to need a bunch of bronze plates. Small bronze, I don't really want the small ones, I want the large ones. So we get one for large. Maybe those ones, just the one. 2,400 liters per second. That sounds like a reasonable amount to have. So we need our wrench, a hammer, and our plates in that configuration, but it means we're going to need more plates. Here's more of these. Oh, we need to smelt some more. So that's copper, that's bronze. So the wrench on the left, where's my hammer? There it is. Hammer on the right, and we get two of those, 2,400 liters per second. So that's good enough for now. I need a couple more plates. Let's grab some of more plates. There we go. There's just enough. And then hammer on the right, wrench on the left, another two of those. So that's good. I am very badly organized with my bags this time. So what I want to do is I want that to come out the back, that'll connect, and then along, and that's going to give us, let's just get rid of that. We'll throw it on the wall for now. So now I can put a couple of machines along here. Now I think I might leave a gap here, and I'll put a machine on top of this one, and then we will just keep making our way along here with some of the machines that we're going to need. This here can run pretty happily on coal, or I think you can actually put charcoal in it, which is good. So I might use charcoal, seeing as it's a bit cheaper at this point. So the first machine we're going to make is probably going to be, the alloy smelter seems like a really good deal because we can actually get better bronze out of our copper and tin. You might have noticed when I used the dust before, I only got 3 bronze out of my 3 copper and 1 tin. If I use the alloy smelter, I will get 4, so I get a slightly better ratio. So I need a couple of furnaces, the bricked bronze hulls, which means we need another 3 of those, more bronze plates, and then the small bronze flow pipe, which is 6 of them. We need 6 of them, so that's fantastic. We're just going to need a ton more, a ton more bronze. So let's grab, how many can we get out of that? 6, sure. Let's grab those. Do I need the hammer in the middle? Yes, hammer in the middle to get the bricked bronze hull, so that's fantastic. 12 stone, we're going to need another 4. That didn't really work. To get our 2 of those. And then what do we need again? Alloy smelter. Right, so we just needed the fluid pipes, which means you need another 5. Another 5 of these. Now I might actually have to, my timing is not quite working out this time around, so let's grab these 4. Oh, I only need 2 more. So close. So close. We're going to need some more wood for there. Don't want it to run out. So there's one. I just need to wait for 2 more of these. And then we will have our steam alloy smelter. After that, the thing I really wanted to make was a forge hammer, just because it then saves our normal hammer. We're going to need an anvil for that. Oh my gosh, an anvil is really expensive because I'm not even sure how to make an anvil. Which one was the forge hammer? That one. Anvil takes a block of iron, and a block of iron is made with... Okay, an alloy furnace. No, wrong alloy furnace. Fluid solidifier. Alloy smelter with a mold? No. I could probably get a mold together. Compressor looks like what we're going to actually make, which I said we're going to need for the macerator anyway. So what I might do... Actually, you know what? This episode is starting to run really long. So what I'll do is I will quickly get this alloy smelter made. I think it's there. Do we get 6 of those? 6 small bronze fluids pipes. Yep. That's fantastic. Now 3 across, 3 along. Our furnaces on either side, the bricked bronze hull in the middle, and there is our steam alloy. Excellent. So I'll throw that on the end there. Oops, that's not really what I wanted to do. Shouldn't have had that in there. So now what we can do is, this thing actually accepts dust as well. So I'm going to put 4 of those in there. See, the blue bar is, so this middle one is how much water is in there. The right-hand side one is how much heat is in there. And the left-hand side one is how much steam is in there. So what happens is, once the steam reaches the top, it'll vent 1/4 of it out, 1/4 of it will be lost, and then it'll build back up again. And it can only build steam while there's heat being applied. By default, steam comes out the back of machines. This one here's got holes on all sides, so I think steam comes out wherever you want to pipe steam out. But I've got it out the back there. This machine, steam can be accepted from any side, but it needs to have a vent. So you see these little out arrows on the back. Once the machine is finished doing its operation, or doing whatever it needs to do, in this case smelting, it'll need to vent some steam out the back. Now you can change which side that is. If you grab that wrench we've got before, you can right click on any side and that'll change where the steam is vented from. I'm going to leave this one just venting out the back because I don't need it to go at the top. We could potentially put it at the top and it'll go up there. It depends if we ever want to put another machine here. Maybe if I extend this room, I might want to do that. Ultimately, our goal is to not be on steam power for too long, though. So one of the things that I've also found with this alloy smelter is it takes quite a bit of steam. So we're going to have to actually wait for the steam to build up a little bit before we put some stuff in here. So if I get one, actually we'll use the dust. So 1 dust and 3 copper, so 1 tin and 3 copper. I usually lay them out like that in my inventory so I can just shift click both of them to get them up in there. Haven't got any steam yet. Let's just quickly check on that. So there we go, 3 ones on it. We ended up with an odd number. Let's just throw it into what happens. So 3 copper, 1 dust, 1 tin, sorry. And away we go. We have our alloy smelter smelting. Everything is working. Water's coming in from out there. Steam's coming out the back and into here. We've got our little warning sign come up saying there's not enough steam. So, yep, so this is going to be a bit of a problem for us. Now, the only way I've found how to fix this, because I didn't wait long enough, it's supposed to stop where it got up to and then keep continuing. But I found it doesn't actually do that. So what we need to do is we need to get our... What is the correct tool? The wrench. So the wrench, you can't shift click, you just have to break it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll break the bronze through the pipe, which means we're going to wait for the steam to build up. This thing's going to keep making horrible noises until we rehook it back up. but we're going to have to wait till the steam probably gets to about halfway. And once it gets to halfway, I can put this pipe back in place, and then it'll drain all that steam pretty quickly, but we will finally get our 4 bronze out the other side. There we go. We can just see the start of some steam building up there. Awesome. And as you can see, the temperature's getting pretty hot. I found sort of 4 pieces of charcoal from cold will get the temperature all the way to the top. I also think these bronze fluid pipes hold a bit of steam as well. I'm not entirely sure how much. Now, do I risk do I risk putting the pipe back in just to see how we go? Yeah, why not? If this doesn't work, I'm going to cut this episode here anyway. So throw that back in place. It's drained all that steam straight away. Yeah, this might not work anymore. It does take a lot of steam, but rest assured this will actually work if you have enough steam for it. So you just got to make sure you don't put the ingredients in the steam alloy smelter until you have enough steam. Oh, so close. So yeah, it does look like you really need to wait for the steam to be about halfway. All right, so that's it for this episode. You'll have to take my word for it that this does actually smelt once you get enough steam for it. But if you ever see this little icon on your machines, it can actually mean one of 2 things. It means either it can't get enough steam, or it actually means the output is blocked. So when the output's blocked, you'll actually see one thing craft. You'll have one item craft through here, and then nothing else will craft, purely because you haven't unblocked that exhaust port for the steam to get out. But once you've done that, it'll all work just fine. So I think that is a mammoth first episode into GregTech. We've done quite a lot just getting these first machines up and running. Next time we'll get the compressor and macerator and other bits and pieces, and in the meantime I'll get some more bronze made for that episode. So until then, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.